Greetings, our dearest guests, and hello to judges whom I respect. Nice to meet you all. My name is Gadisa Salsabila Ekinurrohmah. I cannot explain how grateful I am to be given this opportunity to stand before you all and perform this speech about reviving local wisdom for a stronger Indonesia. Have you all wondered how local wisdom can make us or even our country stronger? I wondered how too. I hope after my speech, I can spark some motivation and inspiration to you all. But before we dive into my speech, I would like to ask you one question. Do you all really know what local wisdom is? Let me explain it shortly. Local wisdom is something cultural that has been passed down by our ancestors generation by generation. Sometimes it can be norms, ethics, or even beliefs that's making changes for the better. Now, what if I tell you that local wisdom is facing some challenges in Indonesia? As we all have noticed, younger generations like me tend to be less familiar with local wisdom that's based in Indonesia. Usually, that is because of how much technology have evolved. Younger generations now tend to focus on what's popular lately outside of Indonesia. That's really saddening to see because, you see, Indonesia is not just all about beautiful landscapes or rich resources, but the people, their culture from each region is what makes it unique. Let me tell you a short story about myself. I am from Bandung, a local city in Indonesia. My mom is Sundanese and my father is Javanese. But during my whole childhood, my family never really used the Sundanese language or the Javanese language. I was also homeschooled at that time, so it was pretty normal for me. Until that is 4th grade of elementary school, I transferred into a public school, which left me in a culture shock because I had to understand Sundanese almost every day without knowing any basics to it. And because of that, I got teased and bullied a lot for it. But now I've grown up and I've noticed I'm not the only one who doesn't understand the language. My friends understand the language, but they don't know how to use it properly. You see, Sundanese are known for their hospitality and for being soft-spoken. But nowadays, if you see on social media, Sundanese people tend to be more aggressive and rude. That is because they're using the language inappropriately or very impolitely. That is because they have the lack of knowledge they have that makes them do that. And also, they don't learn their culture from other people. They only learn it through the influence of their friends. But talking with elderly people and talking to strangers online is very different from talking with your friends. As a younger person myself, I know that talking to someone who is older than me, I have to be polite and very careful. And by that, I mean I use formal Sundanese. And if I don't know how to say a word in Sundanese, I will immediately switch to Indonesian so I will not offend anyone. Now, I see that the hospitality characteristic of my own people is starting to fade away. And because of this, it's really saddening for me to see because younger generations are being ignorant at the history of their own culture. Now with the realization of this issue, how do we, including myself, bring back the hospitality of Sundanese by reviving their local language? As I said before, ancestors play a huge part in our culture. That's why we have to learn from them. And we can start by learning from our family, from our parents to be, for example. Not only from parents, but also grandparents. And by gaining knowledge, you can practice it in your daily lives. And with that practice, we can spread the word all around Indonesia. And even better yet, you can spread it around all around the world. And by that, we are proud of our own culture. And with that proud feeling, we are gaining a bond with Indonesia, a stronger bond with Indonesia. And that is my speech about how reviving local wisdom can build a stronger Indonesia. Thank you very much for listening until the end. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the Upa Bahasa University of Jember. I'm so sorry if there's any misspoken words that I have said. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.